Welcome to Madison Avenue. Your job here, just like advertising in the real world, is to collect as many accounts as you can. Land $50 million in billings and you win. To do this, you need the right staff to pitch and win accounts as you travel around the board. Start by grabbing anywhere from 2 to 6 players and doling out 8 job seekers cards to each player. This is the team you start with to build your agency. There are 24 executive staffers that you acquire as you land on their squares, and 76 job seekers that you acquire in other ways. Each staffer is ranked by strength from 2 to 15 and given a color that reflects their department. Pay attention to the color on each staffer's card. In order to pitch for a client card, the colors and staff positions that make up your team must correspond to the colors and positions required on the client card. Next, place one client card on each of the 6 cities in the center of the board, face down. Client cards show the name of the company, the account's value in billings, and the colored icons show the staff the client requires. At this point, have each player select their game piece color, busybox, and employment discs that match. Now, here's how the dice work. There are 2 dice, but each turn you can choose to roll one or both. If you choose to roll one, you have to announce one die before you roll. We would suggest you first count out the squares of where you want to land and make your selection based on your target. There are no guarantees here, but you can bend the odds in your favor. The busy box is where your team goes each time you pitch a new account, win or lose. Don't worry, your dream team isn't gone forever. Each time the color of your roll matches your game piece, 2 staffers are rescued from the busy box. Roll double colors and you can rescue 4 staffers at once. Now it's time to get down to business and win some pitches. Each player starts on the It's a New Year square and rolls the dice to move forward. Each time you land on or pass the New Year square, pick up a new staffer from the Job Seeker deck. Around the board are 9 other types of squares you can land on: personality, fire, airport, subway square, and of course, fruit basket turnover square. Each square means something different, but don't worry, it's simple and easy to play. Pitch squares are the name of the game. When a player lands on a pitch square, they get a chance to do what the ad business is all about: pitch for a new client. Here's how to pitch. The player who lands on the square turns over a client card from the top of the deck. The colored icons tell the player which staffer colors are required for the pitch. The player to the left of the dealer kicks things off by declaring whether they are going to pitch or not. You always have the option not to pitch. Moving clockwise, the rest of the players declare whether or not to pitch. Then, everyone shows their staffer cards that they've chosen for that pitch. The player whose staffer cards total the most points gets to spin the spinner to win the account. Spin a win and get the account. Spin a lose and the next highest score spins. The player who spins a win nabs the client card. There are other squares that also give you a shot to win client cards. If a player lands on an airport square, they have to spin the spinner and win the client on the city the spinner lands on. If a player lands on the subway square, they must spin the spinner. The middle ring of the spinner has 4 outcomes that control the subway square. Hit the airport and spin the spinner again to get the client in that city. Hit the bar and miss 1 turn. Hit the It's a New Year and go to the New Year square and add 1 new staffer from the Job Seekers deck. Or hit Miss the A Train and just sit on the subway square until your next turn. You also have a chance to win clients when you land on the personality square. When a player lands on the personality square, you are immediately thrown into a 2-agency pitch with the player to your left. Select a client from the top of the client pile, and then each of you throw 1 staffer with the best personality into the ring. The player to the right judges the personality of each staffer to choose which agency wins the account. Great, so now you know how to win accounts, but how do you staff your agency? Besides the New Year square, there are a few other squares that help you staff up. When you land on a staff square, you take that staffer's card and place one of your colored employed discs on the square to claim your talent. But watch out, if you land on a space that's already covered by one of your discs, that staffer quits. The higher square lets you pick up a new staffer from the pile of job seekers, and the fruit basket turnover square means every player passes 1 staffer of their choice to the player on their left. If you land on the fire square, you guessed it, you have to fire a creative staffer. Last but not least are the nonsense squares, and you have to do whatever crazy cockamamie thing is written on the nonsense card you draw. That's it, you're ready to step into the glamorous, fast-paced world of advertising. Keep an eye on your competition, and keep those clients close. So what are you waiting for? Roll the dice and go win some pitches. And if you haven't purchased this game already, Madison Avenue is finally just a click away. Order it on Amazon or visit our website at madisonavenuegame.com.